pick, and here is the problem. An old cleaning grill brush that has little stainless steel, what I call spikes on them. You go to try to clean and you end up with all that on your grill and probably in your food. Our Henning Power Scourer starts with a little water. Then you take this uniquely designed, closed scrub brush, two of them on the end of this brush, dip it in a little water and go on your hot grill and watch it all go away. If there's a difficult or a burned on piece, there's a little metal scraper there as well. And all this comes up clean as a whistle. Even when you've got a little melty cheese, nothing is a match for the Henning. Now, since we introduced this product this season, over 11,000 have been ordered just since the end of March. So in just about 3 weeks' time, we've taken over 11,000 ordered. Now, that black you see in the video has already sold out. That lets you know just how popular this has been. I have 4 colors remaining. Now, you're not going to get just 2 of these brushes. You're getting 4 of them. So 2 come on the brush and then 2 extra. 1 pair equals 1 season of use. Plus, you get the little tray that you'll put the water in. This is the color I have at home, and it works out beautifully. This is one of the best scrub brushes I've ever used on my grill. This is the red. I also have it in transparent. You might have thought that one was white, but we're going to call that one transparent. From there, we talked to you about gray. Gray has been very, very popular. And then finally, I have it for you in the blue. And blue is the most limited. You unscrew these little round screws on the end here, and that is how you pop these scrub brushes on and off. But they're all closed, and there's nothing protruding, so you don't end up with that problem of them breaking off and becoming a problem in your food or sticking you or somebody else that happens upon this. Let's welcome back Mark Charles Masilli, who is live in our outdoor studio tonight, ready to clean the grill. I think you've been cleaning since you've been out here, haven't you?
Well, it's a lot of work to do, so yes.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of cleaning to do. This is a very unique grill brush.
It is, and what Henning did is they took a problem we had. So here's a brush that we all have. My father had one, your father had one. We always had this brush, right? And this brush has all these bristles. What we don't realize is it might have scrubbed a lot of off, but it was also scrubbing the metal bristles off this brush into your barbecue, sometimes sticking on the grates, or the food you were cooking. So the next time you cooked, there have been accidents where metal pieces of this bristle was inside the food that people ingested. So Henning said, how do we do this? How do we make that better mousetrap? So they came up with this. And like David said, this is bristle-less. What's important to note is that there is no bristles here, okay? You can feel this. This is squishable. And I want people to realize that... Squishable. See? Squishable. What it's important to note, David, is that Henning actually took this bristle brush, this sponge, if you will, that's already in the marketplace in all your home improvement places. And they actually built this mechanism around this. So not only are you going to get 4, and you can buy more on QVC.com, but if you're ever out, don't worry, these last a season, but you can buy them at any hardware store because it's the standard size that already exists in there. And again, David mentioned that scrubbing brush. I mean, that blade here, that's for those stubborn in between, no matter what size grill you have. We have all these different shapes in there, but let's put it to work. So the first thing you're gonna see is the case that David mentioned. It clips on just for storage. What I love about it is when you unclip it, it becomes your watering vessel. I'm gonna put this down, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's a water fill line. You're gonna take plain old tap water, and you're just gonna fill it up. And it'll fill up right to that line. Ooh, just enough water, perfect, see? So it'll fill right to that line. Then you're gonna take your great brush and just dip it in here. I'm gonna lift this. What you want is your grill to be hot and but not on, David. Okay, ready? Okay. The power of steam. So it doesn't matter if you have non-stick grates, stainless steel grates, this will get into everything. Look at the middle of this. I just took everything off of there. Look how beautiful. Now you got stubborn pieces there. This is where that piece actually comes in, and you can get in there and line it up and actually scrape off any of the excess on there, right, like that. So that's stubborn. I'm gonna dip it a little bit more in the water and get to this part. So the power of steam and these great bristle-less brushes will now clean this and bring your grill back to life. David, we talk about the green pan. You would never not clean your green pan before you go and make your eggs after you made your frittata, right?
It always boggles my mind that people say, well, I'll just let the heat burn off the yuck.
No.
I'm like, would you put a gorgeous brand new ribeye steak in a filthy dirty skillet?
Never.
Of course not. Would you crack eggs in a dirty pan? No, why would you then go out to the store with the cost of beef the way it is now?
Yes.
And put a big expensive steak that you probably paid
on a dirty grate.
On a nasty, dirty grill. I'm sorry, the heat doesn't burn it off. Not all of it. Now, Mark Charles, for clarity's sake, comes with 2 bristleless brushes on there, and then you get 2 spare,
You get 2. And so what we say is that two of those will cover you for a season. So basically, you're getting 2 seasons. If you get 1 brush today, you have this summer covered and next summer covered. Unless you're doing grilling maybe 8 times a day, which some people are diehards.
Right.
And they're doing it all year, like my father in the snow, you might need to use change the bristles a little bit more.
A parka.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there is the refill pack of 6 if you want to buy those, but this is what your brush will come with. 2 will be already mounted on the brush, and then you get 2 besides. To quote Mark Charles, one of these pair will last a season.
Yep.
So what's on the brush will take care of you this season. Then next season, you take these off, put them in your recycle bin, and you pull out these 2 and you put them back on. When that next season is done, that's when you may want to get, or you will go ahead and get the 6-pack and then have those on standby. This is your tray. You fill this with water, and when the grill is hot but not on, soak this in water, then take it nice and wet, drain off the excess, and go right in for the cleanup. Now, I need to let you know about colors. Red, 1,800 are now gone. If you want the red, we have a lot to go around in the red, so don't miss out on the red. Here it is in the translucent. I also have the gray. The gray is very popular, and the blue is most limited. Don't miss out on this. 5 easy payments of $4.84. Mark Charles, what are you cleaning next?
So again, how many of you have Traegers out there? We've been loving our Traegers, right? We all have them. Here's a Traeger right here, which we love. We're going to open this up. Look how filthy that Traeger is. You spend a lot of money in that Traeger, and this is how to do it. Remember, that cover becomes the tray. You're gonna just dip it in, and all it is water and those bristleless bristles.
Got a nice close-up on you. So
look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, it all just came off in a couple strokes. Again, it's all about hot, not on. And look at that power of steam. Is that not beautiful? And now I've got as pristine as if the day I bought this, and now I put those expensive steaks that you talked about, David, you spent a lot of money on a clean grill, because you would never not put your steaks on a clean fry pan in your home. Why are we not doing it for our barbecues?
I mean, you wouldn't knowingly drink dirty water. You wouldn't knowingly breathe dirty air. And you would never crack an egg in a filthy skillet. So why are we so content to let our grills be nasty and put beautiful hot dogs, hamburgers, steaks, and chicken on those grills?
Agreed.
When you can clean them this easily? Now, remember, to Mark Charles's earlier point, that old bristle brush had little bristles that would break off.
Yep.
Sure, they would scrub, but they would also break off, sometimes sticking to the grill. Mark Charles, turn that to the profile if you can.
Look at that.
Perfect. There we go.
Look at that. We all had this brush. Your dad's had this brush. My dad had this brush.
I had that brush.
Come on, because that was the only choice. And again, it might have cleaned it, but the problem is that the bristles fell off. So Henning Lee said, how do we do this and get a better clean with no chemicals needed, just water? And this is how the Henning Lee Power Scour came up. There we go. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, just look at that, guys. And that's the power of having no bristles and water. And it's going to last you the whole season, just those 2 sets ago, and you get 2 sets.
And
love it, right?
What I also love here, Mark Charles, is that you made all these little openings, different sizes, because some of you have a grill with wide grates, some of you have a grill with skinny grates, some have really super wide grates. So whatever the case may be, and some of those grills, Mark Charles, some of the really fancy ones, have like those
triangles
and squared off.
Yep, I've seen that as well. And by the way, folks, I also want to point something out. If your grates are stainless steel or they're coated, this is going to work on it and it won't damage the coating. That's really important too. So no matter what barbecue you have out there, and don't forget, everybody who loves charcoal, because there's a lot of diehard charcoals out there.
I'm one of them.
You need to clean the charcoal grate too. That stainless steel, that kettle thing. Clean that. It's not just the propanes and the Traegers out there. You need to do your charcoal ones too. So this will work for all barbecues out there.
You know what the word you're looking for is chimney.
Chimney,
it's
that's
the charcoal
it.
chimney. And I'm an old-time charcoal griller because my mom and dad always grilled in charcoal, and so I grew up learning it. And you light the charcoal in those great big chimneys. They're like a little stack. So don't miss out on this. Clean all of it, and this is going to work out beautifully. I own this from last year in the red. Many of you have picked this up. Since we debuted this item on the 27th of March, debuted it this season, I should say, we've now taken orders for over 13,500. That means 2,500 in this show. And we have how many people waiting to place an order? 600 people are on the phone line. Some of you are buying more than one. Great gift idea. Perfect for whomever does the grilling in your home. This is going to be a true game changer. Now, let's talk to you about colors, and then we'll go back to Mark Charles, do some more cleaning. Here is the red, most popular. I also have it in the translucent. This is the gray, and most limited is our blue. Don't miss out on this opportunity. We're getting busy on our phone lines. QVC.com and mobile apps, best way to get through right now. Mark Charles, again, the grill should be hot and off, right?
Hot but off, because you want that steam, you want the power of the steam. All you need is tap water, okay? It's really important. Let this do all the work with no fears that any of the bristles are gonna fall off of this, because that's the technology that Henning did. You're gonna dip it into that tray, that's also the cover when you store it, and get in there. And my grill's getting a little cooler, but I gotta tell you something, even when it's cooled down a little bit, it's still gonna take off a lot of the dirt that you normally think you have to burn off. David made a great point. Don't leave and waste propane and heat to burn off that excess food. Do it properly and clean your grill with this great power scour.
Yeah, I mean, after you have taken food off the grill, it's probably gonna need to rest anyway, so take 5 minutes, if that, maybe 3 minutes, and turn the grill off, but while it's still so hot, dip this into some water and get in there and quickly scrub yourself away all that trouble. Then the next time you're ready to use the grill, see, my mother always told me a few minutes at the end means less work the next time.
Yep.
I still haven't learned to wipe down the shower stall, but I have learned to clean the grill.
Baby steps, David, baby steps.
I know, we got to crawl before we walk. Let's talk to you about the red. We also have this in the transparent. Here it is in the gray. And finally, I have it for you in the blue. In this show alone, well, for the season now, 14,000, that means 3,000 in this show. And an awful lot of you are jumping on the phone line now, buying more than one, and they make great gift ideas. Mark Charles, you're coming back with another item. I believe Julia's going to tell us about this as I make my way back inside.
Yeah, absolutely.